So nice to be at the Govinda Kunha. So wonderful atmosphere. Brajadham is the essence of our life. We should never come out of the Brajadham, at least through the mind. Today, during the Jaiva Dharma, I have seen that what Bhakti Vinod Thakur is going to say today, it's happened in my life. So let's be curious. So those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamuna Sundari Mataji, I.V. Gautam, Ravi Pipilia Prabhu, Rajeshwari Priya Mataji, Govinda Gita Mataji, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Kasturi Manjari Mataji, Shishtatika Mataji joined today at 2 o'clock. Hari Bol. Adi Gopal Prabhu, Amol and Smita Pandey, Raghav Chaitanya Prabhu, Girivardhari Prabhu, Shriya Devidasi, Sitala Priya Devidasi, Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu. Hanuman Prabhu also joined about before 2:45, I think. Prathamesh Prabhu, Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Saman Prabhu, Leela Manjari Mataji stay for longest time today, I think. She is the head puchari at Chicago Temple. Wonderful devotee. Rag Bhakti Devidasi. We are missing Suvarnangi, Shyam Devidasi and Narsimha Leela Chaitanya Prabhu. They wrote me that their job is so time consuming and the time that they have to dedicate, it's too late. Dealing with different countries, the IT job is so difficult. Sugandhraj Prabhu, Aradhana Devidasi, Janki Khan Prabhu, Lavanga Latika Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Sundari Radha Mataji, Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nanda Nandan Priya Mataji, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodar Rati Mataji, Shrika and Pankaj Gupta, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Pranath Gopal Prabhu, Radhika Prem Devidasi, Saraswati Devidasi, Shumitara Radha Devidasi, Devendra Krishna Prabhu. He always joined before 4:30. I'm so proud of him. Before that, he was not joining. Haribol. Divyans and Saloni, Vraj Vinod Prabhu, Anand Vinodini Devidasi, Priyanka Mataji also joined always before 4:30. Rukmani Priya Mataji also joined before 4:30. Devi Murti Devidasi, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Namanand Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji, Madhvi Gopi Mataji. She joined late today. I hope she is feeling better. We always pray for her speedy recovery. And other 3 devotees in Houston, Kamini Priya Mataji, Radhika Lila Mataji, and Vijay Keshwar Prabhu. We always pray. And also for Damodar Saran Prabhu. Hari Bol. Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhi Mataji, Rajendra Prabhu, Abhay Prabhu, Shwedi Prabhu, Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Amal Atman Prabhu, Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Hari Bol Prabhu, nice to see you again. Tulsi Priya Devidasi, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Kamal Mukha Krishna Prabhu, Sharva Tarak Prabhu, Amal Nam Prabhu, Govind Mohini Devidasi, Krida Lakshan Prabhu, Matange Mataji. I hope that she feels better. She is suffering with some. And I told her that if you cannot join, at least join and hear the chanting. That's also a good thing. Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Kamal Priya Mataji, Karunamai Mataji. And I was always saying Radha Charan Prabhu joined, but Abhay Charan Prabhu and Sukruti Devidasi, they didn't join. Couple of days I sent them a message. Don't become lazy. Kamini Priya Mataji, Sankarsan Prabhu and Manjari, Sundari Leela Mataji, Prem Tarangini Devidasi, Sarmista Sahi, Mamta Mataji, Balram Prabhu, Radha Vallabh Prabhu also joined very early, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Hari Katha Mataji, Rashakita Prabhu, Anand Radhika Mataji, Pitambar Priya Prabhu, Advait Prabhu also joined 4:30, so that must be Phoenix time 2:30. Hari Bol. Rajesh and Sweta, Chintamani Devidasi, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, सुचित्रा देवी दासी, श्री कुमार प्रभु, सुमित प्रभु, कांता माता जी, रश्मि माता जी, श्रीनिवास चरण प्रभु, श्रीकांत सुरवासे प्रभु, निशांत शर्मा प्रभु, नित्य नवली देवी दासी, नीरज एंड शिल्पी श्रीवास्तव, प्रफुल्लानंद माधव प्रभु, श्रीपदा ललिता देवी दासी and also Akshata join, Hari Bol. वाणी प्रभु, लेखा माता जी, थानेश्वर प्रभु, सुदेवी सुंदरी माता जी, राधिका भक्ति माता जी, मदन मोहन कांडू प्रभु, गोपीनाथ आचार्य प्रभु, पतित पावन प्रभु, हेमांगिनी चौहान माता जी, प्रज्ञा नायकपाल, सुधीर कृष्ण प्रभु, सखी शरण देवी दासी, अनीता साहा, भावेश पंड्या, मुरली गोपाल प्रभु, सर्वशक्ति देवी दासी, स्नेहा माता जी, स्वरूप कृष्ण प्रभु joined at 2 o'clock, I don't know, but then he left. There was also one devotee joined with this something, alphabet only. So I don't know, but he was quite a bit. He was there for an hour and a half or so. Hari Bol. Rati Vilas Dasi, Camilla Wilson, Shankari Khor Devi Dasi, Leela Swari Devi Dasi, and Anjaneya Anita, Riya Saroha. I think those are the devotees who joined today. Let's hear the wonderful song before we read the wonderful.
Gaurangera duti pada jardana sampada se jane bhakti rasa sar se jane bhakti rasa sar गौरांगेर मधुरा लीला जार करने प्रवेशिला हृदय निर्मल बेलो हृदय निर्मल बेलो जे गौरंगेरा नाम लोय तार होय प्रेमोदय तारे मुई जाई बोली हरि तारे मुई जाई बोली हरि गौरांग गुणे ते जुरे नित्य लीला तारे स्फुरे से जन बखती अधिकारी से जन बखती अधिकारी गौरांगेर संगी गणे नित्य सिद्ध कोरी माने गौरांगेर संगी गणे नित्य सिद्ध कोरी माने से जाय ब्रजेंद्र सुत पाश से जाय ब्रजेंद्र सुत पाश श्री गौड़ मंडल भूमि चे बाजाने चिंतामणि श्री गौड़ मंडल भूमि चे बाजाने चिंतामणि तारा होई ब्रज भूमे भास तारा होई ब्रज भूमे भास गौर प्रेम रसार्णवे शेतरंगे जे बाडूबे गौर प्रेम रसार्णवे शेतरंगे जे बाडूबे से राधा माधव हंतरंग से राधा माधव हंतरंग गृहे बावने ते ताके हा गौरंग बोले डाके गृहे बावने ते ताके हा गौरंग बोले डाके नरोत्तम मागे तार संग नरोत्तम मागे तार संग गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर हरि जय गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर हरि जय गौर हरि.
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful song. I was just thinking, that how the life can become easy. I can come and stay with you all 6 weeks, one by one. Maintenance is done by Krishna. And you will also get the experience how we can live on a 6 ounce of juice. I'm giving you that my commitment. If you invite me, I will stay with you for 6 weeks with you and we can practice together. I enjoy that. So, we offer our humble obeisances at the desk of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is revealing so much secret. I will share you one secret. Waking up. I see the devotees, they are not maintaining their time. I think that what you should see when your alarm clock ring, you should think your Gurudev is calling you. He wants to speak to you. Would you get up and talk to him or not? Ask yourself. Your Guru is so merciful, giving you a ring that he is interested to talk to you. Answer his phone and wake up. Life will become very easy. And your Guru will be very pleased. So let's hear this before we read. We pray at the divine lotus feet of Bhaktivinoda Thakur that this instruction must come and reside within our heart. And whoever seriously follows this practice, they will see that they will walk through the same thing what Bhaktivinoda Thakur has described in this book. The point is, listen very attentively, we have only like 22 minutes. The point is that the jiva with sufficient bhakti sukruti, upon seeing a pure sadhu, develops the inclination to associate with such Shuddha Bhaktas and follow their example. The essential conclusion is that the first stage of contact with sadhu creates Shraddha in the heart. This Shraddha then inspires the jiva to see and approach the sadhu in a new light. That is, aspiring jiva now sees the sadhus as his gurus. This is the second stage of sadhu sangha. Another term for this increased level of shraddha is sharanapati, surrender. The first stage of sadhu sangha is defined as coming into circumstantial contact with Sri Hari's sacred places, festival days, paraphernalia, and Shuddha Bhaktas, thereby becoming a recipient of mercy. The Bhagavad Gita 1866 described Sharanapati, the result of the first stage of sadhu sangha, in the following verse, which everybody knows. Sarvam dharma parityaja magmekam sharanam braja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshaksyami masacha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Always Krishna says that do not fear. Huh? Wonderful. These all varieties of religion include Smarta, Astanga Yoga, Sankhya Gyan, Vairagya, etc., which are all Naimatika Dharma. Remember the first few chapters we read about Naimatika Dharma. Well, all Karma Kanda, Gyan Kanda, everything is Naimatika Dharma. Abandoning them has to be accompanied by the proper realization that such performances will never bestow prayojana, the prime necessity of human existence. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, the hero of Braj, the embodiment of eternity, absolute knowledge and bliss, is the sole goal of human existence. Knowing this, the jiva must relinquish the desire for the bhukti and mukti of Naimatika Dharma and practice Sharanapati to Sri Krishna. This is real Shraddha. When the heart of the jiva is controlled by such Shraddha, he sheds tears of remorse and applies himself to the following a pure Vaishnava sadhu. Thus, at this second stage, sadhu sangha brings the jiva to the point of finding the shelter of a guru. Brajanath. What are the different anarthas of the jiva? Raghunath Das Babaji. There are 4 types of anarthas. Swaswarup, aprapti, ignorance about one's own true identity. Asat trishna, hankering after illusory phenomena. Aparadh, offenses. And Rudaya, durbalyam, weakness and hesitancy of the heart. We are so hesitant to take new approach. When the jiva forgets that he is a minute, pure, transcendental part and parcel of Sri Krishna and the eternal servitor of Sri Krishna, he becomes materially entrapped and oblivious to his true spiritual identity. This is the first anartha of the jiva, known as Swaswarup aprapti. Next, the jiva identified himself with the material body, becomes attached to material objects, and projecting his ego onto them. He desired to enjoy and exploit them to gain illusory, fleeting pleasures. What a word Bhakti Vinod Thakur is using, but still it doesn't go in our heart. Thus, the jiva wallows in the second anartha known as asatrishna, hankering after illusory phenomena, which is divided into 3 categories of such material desire. Putra is son, for sons, Vitta Isan for wealth, and Swarga Isan for material paradise. The apradhas are 10 in number. They will be discussed in detail later. These are the 10 offenses toward the holy name. Finally, the result of the Hridaya Durbalyam are grief and distress, plus a host of other problems. This is Hridaya Durbalyam, weakness of our heart. A lot of the time, we don't have really problem in our life, but we magnify it, we think about the problem. That's our problem. Otherwise, what is the problem in our life? There is no problem. We are living the life as everybody is living, and we will live the life as everybody is living, and one day we will leave this material world. What is the difficulty? Everybody is living, some may be living in a big house, some in a small. The activity is the same. So why we worry? Are we able to change anything? I don't think so. So if you are not going to able to change anything, why we even think about it? Remain happy. Whatever the circumstances is, that's what we have earned by our activities in the previous life and this life. So that's, just take it as a very nice word and enjoy those days. Hari Bol. These 4 types of anarthas are the concomitant results of the nisans that covers the jiva. By following the process of bhakti to Sri Krishna in the association of pure devotees, these anarthas are gradually annulled. The path of mystic yoga, consisting of the 4 parts, pratyahara, withdrawal from sense object, yama, self-control, niyama, restraint, and vairagya, renunciation, is not a secure means to free oneself from material anxiety. Because mystic yoga cannot avoid ultimate perfection and is full of problems and the danger of fall down and failure. To become ultimately purified by that path is the only most distant possibility. On the other hand, the method of Shuddha Bhakti in Sadhu Sangha is easy to follow and totally immune to the ravages of anxiety. We should not feel any anxiety in our devotional life. Otherwise, our practice is not good. Look out for something. There must be something we are doing wrong. The material involvement of the jiva is reduced to the same extent as his anarthas are decreased, and his material attachment and covering recedes as his swarup is re-established. The problem that we have not understood who we are, and that's why we have so much attachment with this filthy thing, which doesn't give no pleasure, doesn't do any good in our life actually. It's nothing but the bondage, giving us the anxiety, problems. As you acquire more and more anxiety, more problem. This is real reality. So Vrajanath is asking another, may the jiva who are free from anartha be called liberated? Raghunath Das Babaji. Consider this verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 6:14-35. Rajobhi samasankyatah parthvir iha jantavah tesam ye kechana heyante shreyo vai manusya jadayah. In this material world, there are so many living entities as there are atoms. Among these living entities, a very few are human beings. And among them, very few are interested in following the religious principles. Raya mumukshavas tesam kechanaiva dvijottama mumukshunan sahasresu kaschin muchyeta siddhyati. O best of the Brahmanas, Sukadev Goswami, out of many persons who follow religious principles, only a few desire liberation from the material world. Among many thousands who desire liberation, one may actually achieve liberation, giving up material attachment to society, friendship, love, country, home, wife, and children. And among many thousands of such liberated persons, one who can understand the true meaning of liberation is very rare. Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayanaha sudurlabha prasanatma kotisva api mahamune. O great sage, among many millions who are liberated and perfect in knowledge of liberation, one may be a devotee of Sri Narayana or Sri Krishna. Such devotees who are fully peaceful are extremely rare. One who is free from anarthas is a Suddha Bhakta, a very rare personality indeed. Even amongst many millions of liberation persons, a Suddha Bhakta of Sri Krishna is rarely found. Therefore, there is not a more extraordinary Sangha in this world than that with a Suddha Bhakta of Sri Krishna. Brajanath. Is the term Vaishnava only applied to the Gruhyatyagi, renounced order of Vaishnavas? Raghunath Das Babaji. A Suddha Bhakta of Sri Krishna is a Vaishnava. It matters not whether he is a householder or renunciate, a Brahmana or a Chandal, a wealthy person or a poor man. The measure of his Suddha Bhakti to Sri Krishna is the degree of his elevation in Krishna consciousness and his position as a Vaishnava. Vrajanath, you said earlier that the conditions jiva within this material world display 5 levels of consciousness. And then bhaktas, either on the stage of sadhana bhakti or bhava bhakti, are counted amongst those who are under the subjugations of Maya. At what stage of devotional development is a bhakta considered Maya Mukta, liberated from Maya? Raghunath Das Babaji. As soon as the jiva is initiated into Suddha Bhakti, he receives the designations Maya Mukta Jiva, a liberated soul. However, he is only truly emancipated from the subjugations of Maya when he has fully matured in sadhana bhakti. Prior to this maturity, the jiva is only liberated to the extent he has attained Swarup Gat Maya Mukti, awareness of his constitutional spiritual nature and liberation from false ego. Vastu Gata Maya Mukti, complete liberation, take place when the jiva is completely free from his gross and subtle material bodies and established in his Swarup, an eternal transcendental service. Sincere adherence to the process of sadhana bhakti ignites at some stage the spark of bhava bhakti. If the flame of the bhava bhakti is kept burning, and the jiva has thus become firmly fixed in his elevated state of spiritual consciousness, then at the same time of leaving the gross body, his subtle body will also dissolve and he will obtain his pure transcendental swarup and transcendental service. What a wonderful. The material conditioning of the jiva remains. Therefore, throughout the period of sadhana bhakti, even spilling over into the beginning stage of bhava bhakti, though only residual amounts persist. Therefore, the authorities in our line have included sadhana bhakti and bhava bhakti within the 5 levels of consciousness considered maya kevalita, under the influence of maya. The gross materialistic seeking bhukti and the jnani seeking mukti most certainly also belong to these 5 levels. Among those souls who are liberated, complete emancipation from subservience to maya is only eventually accomplished by those jiva blessed with Shuddha Bhakti to Sri Krishna Hari. The imprisonment of the jiva began when the jiva forgot his position as the eternal servant of Sri Krishna. This forgetfulness is the original offense of the jiva and is the root of all the jiva's subsequent offenses. Only the mercy of Sri Krishna can forgive all these offenses and nothing else. Therefore, the mercy of Sri Krishna is alone the indispensable instrument that can fully release the jiva from captivity of maya. The monistic philosopher cultivating empirical knowledge are under the false impression that just by acquiring knowledge, one can attain mukti. However, it is impossible to attain complete mukti without the benedictions of Sri Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2, 32-33, this point is explained. Yenye ravindaksha vimukta maninas tvayasta bhavat avisuddha buddhayah aryuhya krecharena param padam tataha patanti adonan nadrat yasmad angrahyah. A lotus eye one. Those who think they are liberated in this life but do not render devotional service to you must be of impure intelligence. Although they accept severe austerity and penances and rise to the spiritual position, to the impersonal Brahman realization, they fall down again because they neglect to worship your lotus feet. Tathana te madhava tavakaha kvachit brusyanti margat tvayi baddha shudraha tvaya bhigupta vicharanti nirbhaya vina kanikapa murdhasu prabhu. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhava, your intimate and surrendered devotees are held captive by the bonds of love they have for your lotus feet. Hence, they are not afraid of falling down from the path of bhakti, unlike those who proudly consider themselves as vimukta maninas, liberated. O Lord, your devotees are so well protected by you that they dauntlessly dance on the heads of those who try to hinder them. 653. So I think we should stop here. We must remain punctual in our practice. Where is the bookmark? So thank you very much. I think that we will be getting this book will help us to even discover our true identity, what the relations we have with Krishna, what is our eternal activity, what is our eternal form, what is our eternal qualities in which we will be able to serve the divine couple. Everything will be revealed, but up to the level that we can comprehend. So we have to only pray to the lotus feet of the Krishna and the Vaishnavas that they can bestow the mercy so we can understand those. And we have to get a lot of guidance, personal guidance. Those topics can never be understood by reading a book. And if you think that we will attain by reading the book, living in a dream world, and that's why we need to have a guru who can assist us to take us back home, back to Godhead, guide at every step of our life. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful. So with those thoughts, I would like to also today, Bhaktin Carmen also joined. And yeah, Bhaktin Carmen was there today. Sorry, I didn't mention her name because it's not on my list, but I read her name. Those devotees, I'm really grateful for their association who take so much austerity to join in the morning. It's not that easy. From Houston, from India, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Austin, Alachua, College Station, Tempe, Phoenix, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, New Orleans, Baltimore, Portland, Dhaka, Orlando, Jacksonville, and Guatemala. Camilla Wilson joined early also today. Haribol.